I don't know why I seem a bit tired today. Got some 1v1s, nothing too crazy today. Gonna be just some nice simple 1v1s. Not sure I have enough time to do all three tonight. So let's go and get started. Greetings everyone, and Grade here of another Company Heroes 2 replay. Spawn on the left side as the blue OKW play. We have Mr. President. Spawn on the right side as the red Soviets. We have a foreign name. Also got a squad of conscripts coming up. Volksgrenadiers in return. Not big surprise. Pretty standard build for each other. Though could potentially see a Kugelwagen. Conscripts. No combat engineers push immediately on the map, so looks like conscript over there. No tier 1 nor tier 2. We could got immediate doctrine lock-in of Overwatch Doctrine. Jaeger Infantry should do quite well on this map. It's nice, wide, and open. So Jaeger Infantry should be able to get some good work done. Over here, we got some potential doctrines. We got airborne troop tactics. Not a big fan of this doctrine myself, but it is effective. We got guard motor coordination tactics. Another always reasonable doctrine. Got 100mm mortars and the guards rifle infantry squads with T-35s, marked target, everything you really need. And mechanized support tactics. This could be quite useful in this map. It's wide open. ISU could do some good work. Self ATT guns and guards troops not bad either, and as well as marked target. It's a good doctrine, but most of the time we don't see ISU 152s in 1v1s. We got the Storm Pioneers and Volkswagen kept to the northern side of the map. Down south, we got conscripts pushing their way forward, and combat engineers and conscripts in the northern top middle-ish part of the map. Volksgrenadiers and conscripts may eye each other relatively soon. Sandbags number one now, and conscripts pushing way forward. Once they spot the Volksgrenadier, they can just fall back to that light cover right there. They do go over this heavy cover there. It does spend a little more time, but of course it is better cover and he's out of range. I probably would just stick to light cover there, but now the Volksgrenadiers are charging forward. They will receive a lot of additional damage there. They do drop a model immediately. Storm Pioneers also advance as well. We do have no retarget towards the Storm Pioneers neither, and does fall back nice and early. Inside the map, we got the combat engineers capturing the munitions point. And down south, we got the conscripts catch with the VP while deploying out some sandbags. We've got a bit of a delayed support weapon coming in. It's earlier than you usually see it, but later than immediately, of course, being built. Got second combat engineer squad as well, so he's going for a lot of capping squads, and now he's going for a Maxim or two. A nice mix field deployment, and it's actually a relatively uncommon build order, to say the least. Usually don't see a Maxim out this early. Or really at all most games. Conscripts are eyeing for some heavy cover here. They deployed out their own sandbags. Volksgrenadiers are advancing, pushing way forward now, but Storm Pioneers, they should be able to get some good work done. They're at full health. They receive some fire there, but the Storm Pioneers have closed the business there. They should be able to get some good work done. The conscripts are not getting good focus firing down. Does drop a model there. And he's fall back right around now. He's prone to even being squad wiped right now. This conscript squad is advancing forward. Getting inside this heavy cover there wouldn't be half bad. Volksgrenadiers, however, fire from the heavy cover he so graciously is provided. And Storm Pioneers going to capture the VP and with two Volksgrenadier squads. One is more than plenty enough to take out that, remove this garrison. There's only 3 windows firing, and heavy cover is better than garrison cover. Max is pushing forward as well. One squad is actually out of heavy cover and does get suppressed immediately. Target the proper squad, and the AoE suppression does get the other squad as well. Conscripts need to get on out of the garrison. They no Molotov research nor medic. And oh, he's in heavy cover. I think it's not flanking shots. Storm Pioneers, however, going for a flank. Good thing he didn't retreat back that squad immediately. Decides to rotate the gun around. There's a couple windows on the over here. The conscript provides some fire support. And this Storm Pioneer model does get caught out, does suppress a squad. We'll take that and reset up. That's a bad angle for reset up. There's only 2 models remain, so the defense crews may be able to force him back. And that Storm Pioneer squad goes in melee range. And the conscripts inside this garrison should be able to deal with the Storm Pioneer. Defense crews as well. So defense crews were actually reasonable enough there as well, and these Volksgrenadiers are still suppressed. And they should maintain suppression there. I don't believe these are flanking shots, so I believe that's... Oh, no, that may be flanking shots right there. So then maybe that's one reason why that suppression stayed around for so long. I think that may have been flanking shots. Jaeger Light Infantry has been pointed out. Immediately receives a volley there from the conscripts. Does get to the heavy cover there. Very nice. No HQ truck just deployed out yet. Actually... Yeah, there we go. Getting the mechanized support battle group there. Once he gets that, he should be able to get his scope rifles. This is a good angle for the Jaeger Infantry to engage the conscripts, but of course the Maxim fighting their own damage support. Volksgrenadiers is forced back the conscript, and now we do have the relatively early Tinker V battalion, so now he should be able to play on early T-70. He does have enough fuel for a, whatchamacallit, for a half-track, and a T-70, enough munitions will be, or fuel will be available for the T-70 relatively shortly. Volksgrenadiers is trying to flank the Maxim. They may be able to get it. Maxim already at Veteran C1. And he's been, the Soviet player has been maintaining control of this fuel point for quite some time. Not sure when that happened, but I think one of the Volksgrenadiers and Sturm Pioneers made their way down south, let it open for their squad. Does get inside the garrison there. Does provide him some good protection there. Great AoE burst it, and does retreat back nice and early. He's still prone to being wiped at this moment, though this Volksgrenadier squad did not take opportunities to focus him down. If he did, he potentially could have got a squad wipe. Maxim does save on out of there, has 3 models remaining, and medics back at home.
Guard rifle infantry squads can now be called to fight for the motherland. Ambush camouflage now available.
Well, we do got some upgrades, I hear. Wait. Guess it wasn't these guys. We do have the second flamer now deployed on the field. Of course, Guards Rifle Infantry, immediately upgraded DPs. Very nice. The Wehrmacht player, the OKW player, is pretty low on munitions. I wonder if he's been spending on landmines. Run into melee range of Sturm Pioneers. Not great, but the Flamers here to support. Just ignore all the fire at your back. It's friendly fire, which is not exactly the greatest. The conscript squad should eye merging onto the combat engineer before retreating back, but they did not. And now the Volksgrenadier squad will eventually push away the combat engineer. Combat engineer only has 2 rifles up, and now those get forced back there. Maxim pushes way forward. Guards rifles with the DPs have been spotted. Jaeger Infantry going to a pretty close range. That's not exactly a good spot for the Jaeger Infantry. Frag grenade was thrown. He does avoid it. And we got the sniper shot there, but that was not a snipe shot itself. Maxim does fire there, getting some good hits there on the Volksgrenadier. Incendiary grenade was thrown, which will fast force back the Maxim. The Jaeger Infantry is not fully out of the woods yet. It has very little health remaining, but enough to escape on out there. Volksgrenadier squad did not get focused down whatsoever. Sturm Pioneers are not properly pursuing the Guards Rifles. Guards Rifles received quite a bit of losses there. Only has 1 DP up at the moment.
The sector is at risk.
Volksgrenadiers making their way forward. We do have the Flamer Engineer trying to get the garrison once again. That would be a good garrison for him. Only 1 window on that side, but that is a window meant for a flamethrower. On this side, there is 2 windows. I thought there was 3. Yeah, there's 3 windows. And finds a trip flare, and very nice. And it looks like he's out of range of the flamer there, so all 3 bolt action rifles are firing, which still be a good garrison as these Volksgrenadiers are advancing as well. He may have this Sheer Panzer Quarter spotted. No, he does not. Nowhere near. Volksgrenadiers getting some good fire onto this combat engineer. Jaeger Infantry engaging at close range. He fears no fire. And it looks like, ooh, this may be a wipe Sturm combat engineer. Sturm Pioneers retreat, not really properly being microed back. And does get him killed off there. conscripts are advanced or getting flanked by the Jaeger Light Infantry and Volksgrenadiers and does fall back as well. Sturm Pioneers may get some shots there on their retreat path. And does throw out a stun grenade right there. Stun grenade was successful, but did not close the distance right there. He could go ahead and get behind this heavy cover there. Though it's not really necessary, though again on the far side would allow him to get... Oh, nice frag grenade there. Gets damage, no model kills there. And the Maxims will cover his retreat path.
We are losing territory.
Volksgrenadiers and conscripts are engaging at close range. With a SCG upgrade as well, it should be able to be a good engagement for the conscripts. Not conscripts, but Volksgrenadiers.
Enemy forces are capturing our supplies.
Maxim now setting on up, trying to get some good damage onto these Volksgrenadiers. Does hit the guy in heavy cover, so won't get good suppression there. Needs to retarget the other squad, but he has not. Still in arc, however. Guards Rifleman A moving forward, and we've got these forces capturing around down south. And I just realized something. We mentioned beforehand he's going to go for a T-70 rush, but he has not gotten T-70. In fact, if he were to deploy out the next structure, he potentially could have got out a T-34-76 at this time, but he has not. Low in manpower, looks like. Oh, nope, he's building it right now. And we do also, as we know about the Guards Rifle, but it is the doctrine meant for the ISU-152. We may see the ISU-152 out in the field at some point in time in the game. Oh, finds a landmine there. Only one of the Jaeger Light Infantry goes down.
Supply lines have been cut. Sector is secured. Engineer standing by.
On the left side, got the Obs, some fresh Obs deployed down the field. And does have the LMG-34. He is finding him good cover there, but the Guards Riflemen have braced dirt.
Vehicles can be marked and targeted. Thermovic close air support is available.
Guards Rifleman squad does fall back there. Ooh, drops a PTRS, which actually can be a benefit. Because the PTRS reduces the anti-infantry damage output of the Guards Riflemen.
Enemy forces are capturing our supplies.
However, the Maxim does find both these squads, suppresses the Volksgrenadiers. Picking that up with the Jaeger with the Obsausen is a very poor decision. We got the combat engineers engaging at close range with the Flamer once again. Got this Flamer as well. Oh, he has actually rebuilt this Flamer squad, hasn't he? Does have 0 kills at the moment. The Volksgrenadier squad is trying to go for a flank there, and will receive suppression there as well. Will receive a Cinder Grenade there onto the Maxim, and the Maxim will take a long time to fall back. It will need to do a full retreat at this point in time. It's about ready to burn lots of squads alive. At this point in time, he's so wounded and just retreated back, gets it back to the medics. Shirpan's has not been spotted, but of course he knows about the Obsausen and the LMG-34, so he has an idea what doctrine he's gone for. However, he hasn't spotted the exact location. Or maybe spotted it with that combat engineer flanking. Good damage there on the conscript squad, however, it does get that cutoff point. Cutting off nothing. Does find the Shirpan quarters now. It does get inside the garrison. The conscript squad does fall back, but prone to being wiped at this moment.
Ready for combat. Conscripts can now attack tanks with AT grenades. Enemy forces
We got
are
T-34
neutralizing a
Sim-6,
sector.
which would be an excellent anti-infantry tool. There's no Volcano Warfare out in the field at the moment. Does find a flare mine there with the Obsausen squad, so that's a good hit. T-34 Sim-6 rolls a miss there on the Sturm Pioneers. Wilcox going to try to corral them with a crush.
Supplies for the enemy.
T-34 Sim-6 does find a kill there. Could potentially put some pressure onto the Spear Panzer Quarter. Veganerwerfer is on the build queue. Oh, I heard a grenade. It was down here. The conscript squad is quite wounded. I think that was a 7-man squad upgrade. And now the Spear Panzer Quarters are in T-34-76 are engaging. And that was enough damage to get a Faust off of a snare. I thought the last shot may have been just enough. I don't think the previous shots was. Let's cancel landmine there. Those he's about ready to throw an incendiary grenade into the garrison. We're seeing some great flame reverse there, and plus he is very, very stacked and piled up, so get some extra damage there. Extra splash damage. Jaeger infantry engaging in close range. Does get a shot there, but he's in flamer range. Troop Pioneers push the way forward. These two guys do fall back. Likely should be escape out without a squad wipe. And now we do got the Guards Riflemen engaging the Volksgrenadier. They do drop another model there. Looks like a 1 DP, 1 PRS. Is trying perhaps going for a merge there. It does get a merge off. It does. The merge does have some problems, however, because those conscripts retain their target size. The VPs are still in favor of the OKW player, but only by a small margin. It is growing larger. Combat engineers trying to run towards this T-34-76. Now needs some repairs. Does get some good suppression there on the Volksgrenadiers. The combat engineers go push forward towards the Veganerwerfer. It does get some good damage there as well. The Flamer getting some nice stacked up shot. Nice splash damage. We do have now a Panzer IV deployed out in the field. That should be a very big item. Oh, I hear a grenade. Looks like the conscript squad does get forced back thanks to incendiary grenade there. As we do got these Shogun Pioneers getting forced back as well. Incendiary grenade is thrown up the Brace Dirt Guards Riflemen. It looks like one of the models being burned. The Panzer IV needs to go for a crush. When they're bracing dirt like that, it is no dodge crushing like being pinned. So they can quickly be crushed and killed by a tank.
AT gun is ready for combat.
This gun has been pulled out in the field. That should help fight that Panzer IV.
We are losing territory.
Does find a landmine right there, snaring the into the Panzer IV. Though it's a little bit iffy whether this Panzer IV can really successfully engage it. Of course, it's potential Faust and Veganerwerfer here, and this, yeah, going in is a horrible idea. He's trying to go for a Faust, though he could have been really stacked up there, going for the Alliance Sniper Blocker as well. Veganerwerfer does get a good shot off, didn't actually get the Faust off. And Shogun Pioneers trying to repair up the Panzer IV now. This gun trying to push its way forward, but that's not going to be great. Incendiary grenade could be thrown over the wall, and this conscript squad gets ripped apart. And this conscript squad, oh, he could have wiped that. He probably saw the health and like, oh, better retreat back, and not realizing that he was winning that fight. He could have lost both his conscript squad. He does go for another conscript squad. Maybe a good idea to go for a guard squad. It's only marginally more expensive, especially when you need to spend time for the munitions on and manpower for reinforcing the 7-man squad. Going for another guard squad probably would have been a bit better.
Fresh conscripts have arrived.
Their suppression there does pin the Shogun Pioneers. But now the Maxim is receiving quite a bit of hits. Got the Ziscon advancing forward, trying to get some good shots in.
We now have access to ISU-152 tanks. ISU 152 tanks are now available to wreak havoc on enemy fortifications.
There's a bit more fuel and much more manpower before we pull out the ISU-152. Let's see, 23 fuel per minute. That's going to be around 3 minutes worth of fuel, and he will need 3 minutes worth of manpower. So he needs to be a bit more defensive for the time being to get his manpower income up. 7-man squad has been researched on that squad, and now the Panzer Force are engaged. Speaking about manpower, or lack of, Conscript squad is getting hit quite severely, needs to fall back sooner rather than later. Vekenowitz is trying to set up on a location. And now we've got the combat engineers are playing out some landmines there. The guard squad dropped this other PTRS. No, that's actually from the Obersalzen squad. The Obersalzen lost and picked up PTRS, which actually is a boon for the Obersalzen squad. Ooh, that combat engineer is so wounded. Maxim trying to make his way forward. Will receive potential a lot of fire. Guys, this barrage is now raining on in. Panzer IV does roll a miss there. Guards Rifleman could potentially get a button off. Ziskan finds a hit there as well. Now it's a good time for a button. But no button there. He would likely won't be able to hold it for long with all that infantry force nearby, and didn't want to risk getting a Faust onto his T-34-76. Landmine has been found by the Obersalzen, as these Volksgrenadiers are advancing. Up here, looks like the Maxim getting some great hits on the Sturm Pioneer. The Panzer IV is above 50% health, so is able to withstand 2 shots, as the Maxim does receive quite a bit of fire right there. Combat conscript squad will receive quite a bit of fire from the Volksgrenadiers. Do get the cutoff point there. And got a mark target on the Panzer IV. Panzer IV is one shot away from death, and the Panzer IV does in fact go down. Now we've got a full Panther now deployed on the field. The full Panther would be very useful against the Panzer IV and against the ISU-152. Volksgrenadiers making the way forward. Getting some good damage there on the conscripts, and the conscripts do fall back. Panther now in pursuit, and the conscripts sandbags can immediately get crushed before they even got fully built.
Enemy forces are attempting to
Conscript squad is falling on back, getting some good, receiving a lot of damage there. He does fall back in time. Volksgrenadiers making their advance, and not to the cutoff point here. We do have now ISU-152 now deployed out in the field. This is being immediately loaded with high explosive. As T-76 rolls a miss there on the Volksgrenadier, this is going to try for a city grenade there on the Ziskan. The Volksgrenadier are about to see a deadly hit there. Oh, so wounded there. There goes our Volksgrenadier squad. Ziskan set on up, help trying to ward away against the Panther. Very good hit there. And it looks like they lost another combat engineer. This was, I think that was a fresh combat engineer as well. Up north, we do got the Obersalzen and the Volksgrenadier contract packed up to the northern point. Conscripts, one level, as you see. And they're getting some good damage there onto the Obersalzen. Volkswagen are efficiency too. They get the increased accuracy and all this damage output. They also have bundle grenade right there. And the conscripts do eat it entirely, however, they're behind heavy cover.
Supplies to the enemy.
So only eat it by 50%. Volksgrenadiers are going to fire, or the Kenworth's going to fire a shot
Reestablish our supply lines.
if he has vision. And now here comes IC-52. Does receive a hit there from the side from the Kenworther. We got the PDRS shot raining on in from something that may have been from the Jaeger infantry. The IC-52 needs to fall back and save a bit too much damage right there. Another good hit there. And the T-34-76 is quite wounded. Starting to load up some armor-piercing rounds and engage that Panther, which is a good idea. This gun has been recruited. He can use the 7-8 squad to get merge it with it to get up his all of his members. Armor-piercing rounds are reloaded and up, but the ICU can use the concrete-piercing rounds in order to hit that Volksgrenadier. T-34-76 is advancing. This gun's firing. Guardsmen do not find a button there. And the Volksgrenadier squad does fall back. Another mark target onto the Panther, which will just continue to spot it. And the Pinto Mount could potentially take out the aircraft. Got a good hit there onto the Panther. And a stun grenade does go connect. Does fire armor piercing around there onto the Sturm Pioneers. And the armor piercing round does find a direct hit there onto the Obslassen. Siscon's receiving quite a bit of flanking shots there. Kenworth does get forced back there. And now the Ziscon does get decrewed once again. High explosive rounds being loaded up. And the Panther is firing some rounds against the conscripts. Sector assault is now available. Another squad of guards troops. Got a bit of munitions here, enough for a marked target and for a single strafing run.
We are down to 100 points.
Another Panther's on the build queue. That's going to be a lot of Panthers.
Marking and targeting of vehicles is now available.
2 Panthers are all he should need. Anything more than that will definitely be a bit wasteful. Jaeger infantry do find a good hit there on the conscripts and got an incendiary grenade now being thrown, which should help burn away the sandbags as well as the conscripts. Guards right from the squad. Fresh squad doesn't get forced back. Maximum needs to rotate his gun around. And now we do got the T-34-76. It had 2 levels of efficiency at level 1 gates, ability to capture points. And direct hit there on those Volksgrenadiers, forcing it back. Guards Rifleman can get the button off, as well as Capacity get some rear armor hits there with the PTRS rifles. IC-52 has high explosive rounds loaded on up. Use a concrete piercing round to take on that Kenworth, but it's a good hit either way. Mark target and sector assault are now being called on in. First round or strafes does connect with the IC-52 as well as the second one. No button vehicle onto this Panther. Maybe good idea to just protect this IC-52. This Panther is advanced, so it does have a marked target onto him, and also the IC-52 does escape the loiter range. T-34-76 finds some good hits there onto the rear arm of the Panther, and this combat engineer, his only combat engineer, hopefully got a fresh one, has gone down. there on the Panther, as well as this Panther does mark target on him. Does use the AT grenade there, and does get the snare there as well. Looks like an AT grenade. T-34-76 is advancing forward, trying to get some damage there on the Obstotson. And now the Panther is going to reverse move with his rear armor exposed and getting a good hit there on the T-34-76. T-34-76 is at Metro C3. Next shot does not come out. ISU-2 getting repaired up as well. He needs a lot of time to repair, so maybe a good idea to use the vehicle. No, that's not the doctrine, the vehicle crew repair. Maxim does suppress this. Volkswagen does not throw a grenade onto him.
Objective secure.
Vehicles can be marked and targeted.
Good hit there, and does fall back. And looks like Jaeger Infantry has picked up the PTRS that was dropped. He's good hits there with the Jaeger Infantry, and the support of the Pinto Mounts is able to get enough wounded action for the sniper to start picking away against those conscripts. That sniper just fired 3 shots and got 3 kills.
The sector is at risk.
IC-152 finds a hit there on the retreating squad. Now Jaeger Infantry and the Panthers are moving way forward. Panthers are repaired. ISU-152 is not, and he does only have the 1 squad of combat engineers. He needs to get out another squad of combat engineers. The Jaeger Infantry sees a nice hit there from the ISU-152, and now this Panther start making his way forward. He gets a great hit there onto the Guards Rifleman as well. Explosive round does connect, and still high explosive rounds loaded up in the back of the ISU-152. Fresh Su-85 has put on the field that should be able to support up the ISU-152, no problem.
Enemy forces capturing.
And Maxim does fall back. Nice high explosive rounds there from the ISU-152 onto the Volksgrenadiers, and now the Obstotson Infantry C4. Panthers pushing way forward as well. Su-85 does find a hit there. Looks like he may have focus sight turned on. Yep, you can see the spotter right there with focus sight turned on. Getting 2 good pens there. Maybe a good idea for the ISU to get a little bit of armor piercing, but does throw a nice high explosive round onto the Obstotson. Guards Rifleman receives some hits there. And the Obstotson squad does run by with the health regen ability on. And there goes that Guards Rifleman. Got left out to dry. Great hit there on the Mechanowarfer. It does get fully decrewed there.
Supply sector under attack.
Jaeger Infantry pushing away forward. Does receive a hit there. Panther receives a AT grenade there. And those he does take out the Mechanowarfer with that random shot from the Panther. I don't think that was a forced destruction. I think that was a missed shot.
50 points remaining.
Soviet players down to 50 points. That's not a whole lot of points remaining, but it feels the Soviets are in a good position with this armor. Panther's a counter unit, while the ISU-152 is definitely a field presence unit with the T-34-76. The Soviet player has more, even though it seems like he lost more squads this game, he has to put out more items to apply pressure to his opponent. Panthers, they don't really apply pressure. They're a counter, like the Su-85. However, the ISU-52, that definitely applies pressure. So does the T-34-76. Su-85 finds a rear armor hit there onto the Panther. Another good hit there as well. Got a mark target onto that wounded Panther. do got the mechanized HQ right here for repairs. He's maybe saving for King Tiger. He does have enough munitions for a sector assault as well. Now it's time for a sector assault to defend himself. That Panther's almost down and does get body blocked by the victory point. And not victory point, but the victory point. It does go down thanks to it. The other Panther, it has some marked target and still very much exposed.
Our territory is falling into enemy hands. The enemy has 300 points remaining.
Needs to get out of arc. That is a deadly location. And nor does he have a cannon warfare available anymore. Panther is trying to charge him forward, but that's going to just get himself killed. I am not sure what he's doing at the
We
moment.
are losing supplies to the enemy.
Armor piercing rounds are loaded on up. It's a deadly hit there. And HC-85 does not send a shot right there. Consequence became hoorah forward for an AT grenade, but the Sheer Pants quarters is still a bit of a problem. He can go ahead and start sieging down the Sheer Pants quarters, which will force him to pull out King Tiger. He does not have enough time to even deploy out Panzer IV at this moment.
British Guards troops are standing by.
Conscript got left out dry, does go down as well. This game can still go the way. The Soviet player has a lot of tickets to claim from his opponent, and he is lacking infantry for that purpose. Conscript pushing way forward does find the Volksgrenadier, and T-34 should force back those Volksgrenadiers no problem. It could still potentially be a wipe right here.
Marking available.
All depends on how the T-34 performs. And does get forced back. But it's there. We got another marked target here. Armor piercing rounds are loaded. We need a button, but the button vehicle does come forward as well. Ugh. Panther charge to its death. And here comes the strafing round there. Turning the T-36, but thanks to being on a road, able to avoid a lot of that fire. And now all the Soviet armor is going to fall back. So suppression there, but retreating back to the combat engineers is perfectly fine. There's a T-34 waiting for them for repairs. Armor piercer rounds are loaded on up. Need to switch to the high explosive. And good, it's there onto the ICU 1 2. Pioneers have been suppressed. Now the Obersassen squad is advancing forward. Getting some good damage there. Goes out bundle grenade there. Gets the gunner. Though still in arc and we're seeing more and more suppression right there. It does actually fall back, and Obersassen should be able to heal themselves out of combat, no problem. N5 half track, good idea. Needs the anti-aircraft.
The enemy is taking what we have secured.
The Okinawa player is spending his manpower another Volcano Warfare, which he does need, but he also needs a whole lot of manpower for King Tiger. Obersassen gains some great hits there onto the guardsman.
Targeting of vehicles is now available.
It does drop a DP there. That actually is a big loss. The Obersassen need to pick that weapon up. They
The enemy
may...
has taken our supply sector.
No, they don't have another weapon loaded on up. Axel round does get a small hit there onto the Sturm Pioneers. Volksgrenadiers are advancing, and the Volcano Warfare is trying to stop the capture. Receives a deadly hit there. Needs to retreat back sooner rather than later, or just get wiped out. Volksgrenadiers trying to capture that weapon now. Receives a good hit there as well. Volksgrenadiers may fall back. They'll probably get wiped out. They still potentially get wiped, but the Volcano Warfare is getting hit first, and the Volcano Warfare goes down as well. Yeah, you really can't deploy out support weapons like that, especially for Volcano Warfare versus the ICU. And there goes the other Volcano Warfare. And that may be game. He has nothing left to engage with these vehicles. Now the T-34-76 has free reign over his opponent. Conscripts reclaim themselves of a Kenworther. David Godania is the force fire destruction, the other one. He does have a veteran infantry, Vet 5 infantry all across the board. He needs to get out King Tiger as soon as possible. He can play around the VP game because he doesn't need a whole lot of time holding the VPs to win the game. And T-36 is going to take time to capture points themselves. Some of these carcasses are being recovered. And the guard squad is getting some good damage there. The Eagle Eye Infantry, however, is in the region, so able to quickly pick off those squad members. T-36 finds a deadly hit there. That single PTRS on the guard Eagle Eye Infantry squad is not going to be enough to engage that T-34.
Enemy forces capturing supply sector.
Howdy. Ooh, good hit there by the ISU-152. Found a round right in the middle of the Sturm Pioneers. T-36 trying to capture up the VP, very nice. And soon there'll be a triple capture against the OKW player. Eagle Infantry trying to back away a little bit.
Close air support is available.
And do now have, of course, the Sturmwind that can be called on in. Though a single run, and there's no, there's a Kenworther now. We can perhaps use that to get it decrewed. Volkswagen trying to stop the conscripts. Them spotting the mechanized HQ is quite important because he needs that mechanized HQ to stay alive for future repairs for King Tiger. King Tiger is pretty close to being deployed on out. Kenworther, the capture for Kenworther is going to finish it off, however. Volkswagen can't win out the fight, and the Kenworther, freshly built Kenworther does go down there. Does call in straight front there, almost wipes out the infantry squads, does not. And this stuff should be able to clean up that mechanized HQ. He actually lost the Eagle Eye Infantry in that engagement as well. It was up here, right? It must have been gone down. Let's see, one model down right there. So it must have found a bad retreat path and died. King Tiger's now deployed on the field. They basically have no support, experiencing even lack of manpower for any sort of reinforcements. Volkswagen is pushing way forward to support out the King Tiger. Needs to hit that Kenworther for the King Tiger. Finds a hit there. Receives a bounce in return.
The enemy is encroaching on our territory.
King Tiger receiving a hit there from the Zis gun, as the Guards riflemen are getting some good hits there on the Volksgrenadier. Guards rifle has fallen back. King Tiger's down half health. Sturm Pioneer is far from being reinforced, and it's just shooting gallery. The King Tiger's gonna go down. Yeah, that's. He's gonna ram the tank. He didn't ram the tank. Close range shot like that should be able to finish it off. Yeah, the T-34 is claimed the kill of all things. With that going down, that's definitely going to be game. Volkswagen there trying to capture the point. I think he is backed out of the game. Yep, that's probably it of the game. Right now, he's just doing nothing. Oh, that's the end of the replay. This is Angrade saying thank you for watching, and on to the next replay. As this game starts loading, I need to use the restroom. I'll be right back. And I'm back. I believe that's that one. Yep. Oh, some lag spikes there. Hopefully it's not continuing. Greetings everyone, and Grade here with another Company Heroes 2 replay. Spawned on the south side as the blue Wehrmacht player, Austria player Sigum D. Spawned on the north side as the red Soviets, we have a foreign name. We do got immediate doctoral lock-in of Ostrupen. Excuse me. Of course, we got immediate MG42 into some Ostrupen.
A Maschinengewehr team is awaiting orders.
Over here, we got the combat engineers trying to capture up some points.
Soldiers ready.
Conscripts eyeing towards perhaps the fuel point after capturing this point here. Got a second conscript squad being deployed on out. Pioneers can capture that strategic point there, and Ostrupen are moving towards the center.
It is secure. Machine gun squad.
Territory
MG42 moving around, capture some points. We got the Ostrupen squad coming to support the MG42 as well. Mission point will be secured by the MG42, because the Ostrupen will be eyeing for this northern point here. Two squads of Ostrupen, that of course indicates what doctrine's gone for. So there's now no secret to this. Honestly, went ahead and completed both Ostrupen and community defensive doctrine selected. But now the Ostrupen are making their advance. Conscripts are behind some heavy cover there. That would be good. And there's actually a lot of light cover for the Ostrupen to get their combat bonuses from. When Ostrupen models have gone down, as the conscripts engaging from behind heavy cover, MG42 is coming to support as well.
It has arrived.
And we have now a third squad of Ostrupen now deployed on the field. Usually, I would say go no more than 2 Ostrupen. Go for Battle Phase 2 or Battle Phase 1, and then get out some Panzergrenadiers. Ostrupen are nice, but they're not ridiculously good. Good damage there onto the conscripts, and the Ostrupen squad should be able to secure up that sector, especially with the support of this Ostrupen squad.
Our men
On the
are
right
not
side, we
well
got the
equipped with
conscripts
trenching
versus the pioneers. Conscript squad can come forward and easily win the fight for the combat engineers. Combat engineers have fallen back, and the VP is captured. There's soon to be a triple capture in favor of the Austria player, which
Territory is
means
falling
that's
into enemy hands.
no, there's gonna be a lot of early tickets, that's for sure. Ostrupen squad does get burned up a little bit. Combat MG42 is engaged with the combat engineers. We got a second combat engineer into Maxim
Our lines
deployed
of
on out.
supply are disrupted.
Enemy forces are neutralized.
And the combat engineers does get outside the garrison now. And since the Ostrupen are not in cover, they get 1/3 accuracy or 1/2 accuracy of the base rifle, and they get ×3 when they're in cover. So take that how you will. What is actually accuracy and not accuracy?
Our opponents are seizing a sector.
Conscripts and combat engineers trying to close on the Ostrupen. The Ostrupen's getting some good damage there on the conscript squad. And over here, we've got the Maxim now engaging the MG42. Maxim's not being engaged while the MG42 is, so the MG42 is currently suppressed and soon to be pinned. The conscript catching up the fuel point now. We do got the med bunkers going on down, so he needs to try to get some medics. If you take a quick look at the bulletins for the Wehrmacht player, we got the Assault Grenadiers that only affect Assault Grenadiers, not regular Grenadiers, nor Osttruppen. Storm Alliance that only affects Stormtroopers, and the Panzer Grenadiers Commando style, which also does affect Stormtroopers.
The enemy is taking
In other words,
our
he needs
territory.
one only Bolton he can get to support his forces are the Panzer Grenadier.
The enemy is attempting to steal our sector. The bunker is now a field hospital.
Starting to get healed on up right there. And the music suddenly just dies down. Sandbags have been deployed out, trying to protect that heavy, that munitions point. Combat engineers trying to push their way forward as well. And now we've got the Osttruppen advancing towards the center sector.
Our territory.
Combat engineers are getting overran by the Osttruppen.
We have secured additional territory.
And now the Maxim's starting to fire. Trying to get some shots off, but does get flanked, and it's a line sight blocking the way. Not necessarily flank. Conscript Squad is pushing way forward, but the Osttruppen do have their in cover bonus. And this Osttruppen Squad does get some shots onto that Conscript Squad. The Conscript Squad is quite wounded, does go drop a model there as well. Maxim's trying to find a good angle, but may just need to push on forward. Though this Conscript Squad does get forced on back.
We are losing a sector.
Combat engineers are behind the munitions point there. We've got this combat engineer squad out in the field as well. We've got some guards. We have the mechanized support tactics deployed on out in the field. Good flame reverse there onto the Maxim as this Osttruppen squad does get forced back. Does get inside this garrison there. Not exactly a good garrison for Osttruppen. And those flame bursts got some good hits in as well.
Losing supplies to the
Getting some good
enemy.
damage there as well. Does get forced back to Maxim there, but the Osttruppen squad will need to fall back relatively shortly. Of course, we do have medics back at home. Flamer versus Flamer for the Pioneers.
Enemy forces
SMGs will do
captured
better
supply
work,
sector.
and does get some good flame reverse there as well, seeing the Osttruppen squad was quite wounded.
We have an isolated sector.
Guards Riflemen are sort of getting weirdly split apart. May receive some flame reverse there under these three models. Down south with the Conscript Squad flanking around trying to capture the strategic point. MG42 pushing me forward as well. We got two MG42s, and it's not from the supply drop.
The sector is at risk.
Good suppression there onto the Guards Riflemen. And that point does get captured. It's a weird point to go for. Perhaps should have gone for the field point instead of the strategic point. That's not even a cutoff point. This Guardsman does get fully pinned, but the Maxim's now firing against the MG42. Sending some rounds in return, trying to get some good suppression return, but the Guards Riflemen have recovered suppression systems out of the combat, getting reduced suppression, or increased suppression recovery. And now the MG42 is now falling on back.
The enemy has taken our supply sector. Standing by.
Now we got a Panzer Grenadier deployed out on the field, or being deployed out. Let's see, what battle phases he's got for us? Well, have a bit of trouble selecting, and we do now have the support armor corps now deployed on the field. He does have 40 fuel, so he's a little bit far away from Ostwind or Panzer IV. Probably not a good idea. Go for Stug at the moment.
Supply lines have been cut.
And over here, we do not see any sort of extra HQs. No tier 3, 2, or no tier 1, 2, 1, 3, or 4. Blah. Can't speak. That was a blast from barbed wire from the sandbags. Very nice.
Conscripts. The enemy is taking what we have
Now
secured.
Molotovs and AT grenades available. And we got some LMGs now deployed on out by the Obsatsen as well. Not Obsatsen, Ostschuppen.
The enemy has broken our supply lines.
And these grenadiers are trying to make their advance. And we got some more wire being deployed on out. And over here, we got the conscripts engaging the Volksgrenadiers. Not Volksgrenadier, Ostschuppen. Look at all my words mixed up now. This wire does not complete. This wire is almost destroyed. And there's plenty of missions there for more LMGs. LMGs on the Ostschuppen, they are full 60. And I think they do get benefit. They do benefit from the cover of combat. Pioneers charging forward. Does find a good flame burst there onto the conscript squad.
Supply sector under attack.
Grenadiers do get suppressed there by the Maxim. And now these conscripts are behind some heavy cover, trying to gauge out. The Flamer squad could advance forward, but decides to stay back in heavy cover as the combat engineers capture the strategic point. Over here, the Guards rifleman finds the MG42, does get suppressed there, but the Maxim's gonna fire some bursts in return. The Ostroopers do get a good flank there as well, going to the light cover to get better accuracy. And good hits there on the Maxim, but will quickly be suppressed. Decides to spread apart the Ostschuppen, trying to avoid them both being suppressed quite quickly. And now we've got a mortar now running in. It's a PM41 mortar. 9-4 barrage onto best of the MG42, maybe onto the Ostschuppen. Actually, something over here.
Enemy has cut off a sector.
Ostschuppen squad will need to fall back relatively shortly. Firing a barrage on that MG42. This MG42 is quite wounded, does get pinned or suppressed, hit by the flanking conscript squad.
We are losing territory.
Ostschuppen may receive some more mortar hits. He's just blind barraging that area, which actually is not the area we're at. One well-placed mortar hit, or not well-placed mortar hit, because it has to scatter out pretty wide, will wipe out the Ostschuppen squad. This Ostschuppen squad, however, does get forced back by the Flamer and conscripts. Well, mostly by the Flamer. Grenadiers are behind heavy cover there. Good position for them, but the Flamer engineers can push them forward. Moving them behind this tractor will be a good spot. That should be in range while being heavy cover as well. As he move back a little bit, he forces him into light cover, but he's still in light cover as well and avoids the extra damage for being heavy cover. But he's still very stacked up, which allowed him to sustain extra AoE damage. Ostschuppen are seeing quite a bit of fire there from the Flamer combat engineers. Pioneers and combat engineers engaging out, but looks like combat engineers should be able to win out. They're much more spread out, and plus the bolt action rifles are better at longer range.
The enemy is taking our territory.
Armor-piercing senior rounds was utilized. Conscript squad should be overran towards something to the nearby Panzer Grenadiers. Not all of the Ostschuppen have an upgrade of LMGs. This one could be upgraded of LMGs now. I doubt he's saving up his munitions for a whole bunch of railway artillery, but he can always bring in some railway artillery. Funnel grenade does get thrown. Small splash damage there. Gets one model. Panzer IV has deployed on out. It's also being immediately upgraded to mount. And now the conscript squad is engaging the Panzer Grenadiers. Panzer Grenadiers squad does fall back. We've got the Maxim trying to engage these forces as the Panzer IV does force back that conscript squad. Ostschuppen do get suppressed there, but the Panzer IV is in the region. You may want to fall back one of these squads there. And mortar hit. Get some great splash damage there. And that Next mortar hit got a good hit there and gets a full squad wipe. That was the squad without the LMG-42, but still, that's something you don't want to lose. But I suppose it's all Strupen. They're not exactly the greatest things. They're not as great as sliced bread.
The enemy is attempting to
So
steal
honestly,
our sector.
avoid eating too much bread. At least in the States, our bread is made with honey and it's just has a whole lot of calories in it. Good hits there on the Maxim as it falls back. Mortar is being overran. Flamer bursts into the guard's rifle infantry. Forces him back. That guard's rifle infantry squad could be wiped out. Do we see any grenades or bundle grenades on the retreat path? We do not. Not really a thing you see in computers too all too often. Actually, no, we do see it there, and that was a complete whiff. Yeah, that was a shame. Though this conscript squad could get wiped out even by the Flamer Pioneer. They're sort of focusing down the conscript squad now. Panzer Grenadiers do get the wipe there. Hello, Rebel. We got the MG-42 engaging, forcing back the other Conventioneer squad. This one is this landmine right there as well. And this Conventioneer does get some good damage on the MG-42. Blah, I can't speak. Maxim's pushing way forward. We got the Panzer Force quite. It has only received one shot there. Not quite wounded, but is wounded. Another Pioneer being deployed out, which would be useful for repairs.
Pioneers ready for assignment.
The Pioneers do drop a model there, stopping the capture of the fuel point. Pioneers do fall back now over here. We do got the Panzer Grenadiers all trooping, making their advance. And he is Veteran C1 and does nail a landmine there very well. Ooh, and there's a full squad wipe. Nice hit there from the Panzer IV. Panzer IV has not received any repairs just yet, which is fine for the time being. And now we do have quite a bit of fuel and manpower stored up for the Soviet player. He may be saving up for the ISU 152. Panzer IV is pushing way forward. And the mortar does receive a couple model drops there. Panzer IV getting repaired on up. He has gone towards Battle Phase 3, so now he's able to pull out Panthers, Brumbars, and Panzer Warpers, assuming he has a tech structure for it. Panzer Grenadiers getting some good flank hits on the Guards Riflemen. The Guards Rifle is getting, splitting fire between the two squads as well. And the Obsession squad will need to fall back up to shortly, but they did get some good work done. Sysgun does find a hit there onto the Panzer IV. A couple more landmines there. The Panzer Grenadiers do avoid them. And I heard a trip flare there, so he does find a trip flare. T-34-76 advancing. We'll find a very good hit there on... not a good hit there. Not very good hit. Pioneers are pushing way forward. We got the MG-42 potentially receive a Molotov from the conscripts. Though a little bit of missed opportunity. He may not be paying attention too much. The Pioneers did stop the capture as well. Panzer IV does have a little bit of repairs onto it, so now it can still withstand 3 shots and not die.
Guards troops ready for action.
Guards Riflemen being deployed on out.
The sector is at risk.
T-34-76 may find a hit on these forces. And Panzer IV coming to respond to... Oh, no. Panzer IV does receive a good hit. T-34-76 receives a hit as well. Panzer Grenadiers pushing way forward. We've got the Guards Infantry squads do get upgrade Panzer Shreks, but do fall back immediately.
Fly sector under attack.
Now we do got another Panzer IV being pulled out. Was going for a whole lot of Panzer IVs. Even though he has the next battle phase, he's not going for anything that tech structure, which he doesn't have built just yet.
Foes have 300 points. Our opponents
Molotov
are
has been
seizing a
thrown,
sector.
which will burn the Ausstruppen. The Ausstruppen have fallen back now. Now the Maxim started lining up a shot there on the Pioneer squad over here. We got a nice pin there on the Guards Riflemen. He could throw a bundle grenade on top of them. That'll force him back. Let's get a recovery suppression there.
Forces are capturing our supplies.
Oh, and the T-34-76 finds a direct hit there on the Panzer Grenadiers, taking them out. This gun finds a hit there as well. MG-42 sees quite a bit of fire as well. Both the Panzer IVs need some repairs. Perhaps just keep them back for the time being. Patrick squad's advancing forward as well. Does lose the MG-42 squad. Maybe use put a bundle grenade in the middle of them. Should potentially wipe out that squad, or at least threaten to wipe them out. Throws out the bundle grenade there, and does get a good hit there. Only one SCG's up, and does not get any shots off.
The enemy is taking what we have secured. We have an isolated sector.
Let's get some good hits there on the Ausstruppen. And more good hits there on the Ausstruppen squad. So we've got now the S-Force. Ooh, that one's receiving a lot of PTRS fire. Main gun destroyed. And he does not find any follow-up shots there. Still needs to fall back with it. Now he's starting to dance around. And that's a Maxim, not a Zis gun.
To ISU-152 tanks.
ISU-152
tanks are now available to wreak havoc on enemy fortifications.
So he has ISU-152 tanks now available, which will of course allow him access to the ISU-152. He needs a bit more fuel fit. He cancels the T-34-76. He's going to save up for the ISU-152. Does go for another Zis gun as well to aid him not having any additional armor assets. Going for an ISU-85 wouldn't be half bad either. ISU-152 is a good unit, but it's a little bit far away.
Anti-tank gun is ready for action.
Another Zis gun has been pulled on out. And starts pushing his way forward with these support weapons. Over here, we've got the Panzer IV advancing forward as well. Potentially could find some rear armor hits there onto the T-34-76. Does find some good hits there as well. And does get himself forced back. We got the good hit there by the Panzer IV, force fire on the ground there. Panzer II connect, getting some great hits there as well. The Panzer T-34 is 2 shots to death. It does have a landmine right here as well, but looks like a swept. I'm not sure where his minesweeper is. His minesweeper's right there, so potentially could have spotted. Great hit there on the Guards Rifleman. Does find a hit there as well.
We have taken it. We have 200 points remaining.
Pioneers getting some good hits there onto the Guards Riflemen. And does force back the Pioneers. As force pushing way forward as well. Gets a good hit there. T-34-76 trying to find a hits there. Does roll up and miss. Good hits there onto the T-34-76. Does force him back there. We got the Maxim forcing back the Panzer Grenadiers. Was unable to flank and throw a bundle grenade. Panzer IVs do receive some repairs. Does find the Ziskan shot there onto the Panzer IV, as well as a lot of plinks there with on the Panzer IV itself. Almost goes down right there. Got a mark target there onto the Panzer IV. Up here, we got the Obersassen and Panzer Grenadiers advance as well. We do find a flank there on the Maxim. The Maxim does reposition, however. And the frag grenade has been thrown. Obersassen does, or Austroppen do avoid that grenade there as well, but the Guards Rifle Infantry does not. Does get some suppression there as well, but does receive suppression there from the MG42. Thanks to the fact that his crew members are forward, it's able to receive the suppression up front. Panzer Grenadiers does get fully pinned there. Austroppen and Panzerstrike are advancing forward as well. Panzerfaust does connect as well, but does not get the engine crit because he fired it a little bit too early. Good hit there by the Panzerstrike as well. And does go out a bundle grenade. Panzer Grenadiers will need to fall back a little shortly as well, as this Panzer IV squad is advancing. Good hits there, and does receive a hit there from the Ziskan right there. Ziskan's receiving quite a bit of hits. And now Ziskan's going to try to crawl away. We do have the Guards Rifleman going to capture the point, and the AT gun does get decrewed there. Austroppen do fall back. S4 received quite a bit of hits there, and now we've got a Burmbar on the field. That should be effective anti-infantry. Speaking about effective anti-infantry, the ISU 152 has enough fuel now to be deployed on out, just needs more manpower. He has population space for it as well. And over here, we've got the MG42 push away set up right there. Maxim does find it, does get suppressed first. And now the Flame Engineers kind of push his way forward. We do got the T-36 here, should be able to win out that fight, no problem. Decide to fall back. Combat Engineers captured the point, and good hit there on the MG42. Panzer IV receiving some hits there. And Pioneers trying to repair it up while in combat. That's not a good thing. Burmbar finds a good hit. Pioneers going to fall back. So does the Panzer IV. Another good hit there. Burmbar's advancing. No Pinto Mount upgrade.
We are losing supplies to the enemy.
Good Panzerstrike hit there as well. Mortars rained a little bit up north. And looks like saving up for the ISU 152 now. ISU 152 has been deployed on the field. Immediately being upgraded to Dishka. It's a good idea not to upgrade the Dishka if your opponent has a loiter. In this case, he knows what Dr. opponent's gone for, he knows there's no loiter. Burmbar received a hit there, but so does the T-36. Burmbar received another hit in, and mortar does rain on down.
Enemy forces capturing supply sector.
Now's the deadly hit there. I was in the middle of drinking my drink. No infantry is now safe with that ISU on the field. He may need to pull, and he's a pop cap. Pulling out a Pack 40 won't exactly be great either. You can always drop some with the supply drop as well. But the Panzer IVs need to hit that T-34 and then hit that ISU 152. The ISU 152 poses a massive threat to its infantry. Panzerstrike will not be able to do much there. Force fires and destroys that sandbag.
The sector is at risk.
MG42 face up, setting up in a wrong angle, just rotate around. Good hits there. and does suppress and pin the guard's rifleman.
We are down to 100 points.
As the force starts making its way forward, trying to get some hits. And the MG3042 does fall back. We do see a Panzerfaust being fired. The MG42 does go down. 2 Panzerfaust was fired, snaring the engine of the T-34. Now the Panzerfaust pushing way forward as well. There's some landmines in this region. That is not swept. And the Zisguns do find some good hits there on that Panzer IV. They are out of arc, or at least that the wounded one, severely wounded one. And now the burn bar's pushed way forward. It may find one of these AT mines.
Enemy forces are capturing our supplies.
Good hits there. And now the Pioneer did receive a model drop there. Burn bar's advancing. There is a landmine there, but it's right on top of these, underneath the Zisgun, so that landmine could be more detrimental at this point in time. Burn bar's receiving some hits there. We've got a mortar flare. Transport sees a hit there. Trying to go for the guard squad. No need to fall back, but now we've got the railway artillery now coming on down. And it will come down in a big fashion. That first one will detonate that landmine. It does decrew that Zisgun. Next round, could wire scan out wide. Finds a good hit there and detonates that landmine. Detonating those landmines is actually very, very important. Last round. Landed right there. And my frames dropped for a brief moment. Because of that. Panzer IV is pushing way forward as well. We do got the Panzer Grenadiers capture the point there as well. Obersatzen trying to make the advance for Sent, and that Flamer could have got some more damage on that Obersatzen or Austroppen squad. I keep on saying Obersatzen. I say the word Austroppen so few at a time. I say another word that starts with O. Panzer Grenadiers do fire. Mortar hit does connect. Good bundle grenade there as well. Retreat back the wrong squad. And the Panzer IV, not Panzer IV, T-34 is falling back. Ooh! And the Panzer Grenadiers do find death in the hands of the ISU-152.
We are losing territory.
It does get landmine detonation there with the Austroppen squad. And good hit there onto the Zisgun. Does use a mark target ability onto the burn bar. The burn bar will avoid any additional damage for the time being. ISU-152 especially before as well has high explosive rounds equipped. It does not find the conscripts, and that aircraft could allow the Pioneers to be shot by the ISU-152. And they do receive a hit there, but they still have the models. They decide to fall back entirely. Burn bar can receive some shots there. Receives 2 bounces there. Zisgun set up behind that broken hedge line. Nova here, Panzer is trying to push his way forward, but receives lots of fire and gets fully wiped as well. He is out of Panzer Grenadiers. Probably not a good idea to pull out more Panzer Grenadiers, at least not for Panzer Shreks. He needs a Panther. He does have quite a bit of fuel and manpower, so going for a Panther wouldn't be half bad. Burn bar's being chased down. Got a teller mine right there. Good hit there. T-34-76 rolls a miss there. The full health Panzer IV is pushing towards the middle of the map. And there goes the burn bar. And the Panzer IV, if he would come over there and support his burn bar, he potentially could have got a kill there and saved the burn bar. Soviet players have 16-14 tickets, so maybe that's one reason why he's trying to go for the VP game, because his Soviet players are very, very low in VPs. There's a single capture against him at the moment. Maxim or Captain M42 is going to push forward to try to capture the point. This point is not being captured up. This point will be contested shortly, so it's all comes down to the middle VP or getting this one decaptured. Pioneers could push a little bit farther forward to get the capture. Good flame reverse there onto the guardsmen. And the Panzer IV is advancing as well. Does destroy the sandbags there and receive 2 AT gun shots from these 2 AT guns. Over here we do have the guards riflemen, mostly just entirely close conscript models there. Did manage to capture all that point. Panzer Grenadiers advancing forward. There's still this telemine here. And what? Where does all of his manpower go?
Engineers have secured the sector.
And sometimes it's sort of hard to select anything, but I don't see anything in the build queue. So where did his manpower go? Is that an MG34? No, that's a 42. It's a Pack 40. I don't see him drop MG34. So I'm not sure where his manpower go. He could have got out a Panther. A Panther would probably have been a bit better than saying, well, more Panther squads that just got wiped out right there. Because it will allow more mobility to engage the T-3476 and the ISU-152. You can always call him, he needs a bit more munitions for railway artillery. A Panzer Warfare wouldn't be half bad either, just to engage the tank guns allows the Panzer Force to push on forward a bit more successfully. Time to put some forward with both these guys. I'm not sure what he's trying to do right now. They will go and flank that. He has, they're not anti-prioritized vehicle. Does get receive a hit there. ISU-2 has high explosive rounds equipped. AT grenade. Not enough munitions for an AT grenade. Go for a mark target onto this Panzer IV. This falls back. I'm a little confused with what just happened there, but a successful poke by the Wehrmacht player. And now the Pioneers receiving quite a bit of fire. Needs to fall back with this Panzer IV is definitely on the wrong side of the bush. Pioneer squad does go down. He doesn't need to dogpile on the VPs. He has plenty of VPs to gamble with. He can trade time for resources. Guards rifleman does receive quite a bit of hits there. And the Pioneer squad, you can't be listening to his Pioneer squad. He does not have enough manpower for it. He's a fallback of that squad. The T-3476 squad just, the whole mount took him out. Good hit there, but the other Panzer IV, not the one marked target, received quite a bit of fire as well. He may need to blitz away with both these guys. Now receiving quite a bit of hits there. The extra effectual armor is being very useful. As well as connect with the T-3476. What was that? What is this Wehrmacht player doing? Like, he just lost his Pioneers. He just lost, like, it seemed like he just lost everything. He made some really big blunders there. Going for a pair of Pioneers now.
What we have secured.
ISU-152 says hi. Does get a decapture there, but does get decrewed. Austroppen will have a bit of trouble for since that 3 guards come in. Both of them like cover as well. Blitzing forward for some odd reason. He's nowhere near a double capture to lead his opponent's tickets dry. I am not sure what he's doing whatsoever. He's throwing Austroppen like this, and for ultimately nothing. Good hits there, sure, but why is he using Blitz when he is not in a win to win at this moment? T-3476 pushing way forward. T-3476 needs to fire 3 hits, 3 pens to tail off both these T-3476s. Does find the Pioneer squads. Pioneer rushing on forward, also trying to capture points well. And we saw landmines beforehand. And T-3476 fires a hit there. 1 shot to kill on both. This gun does get a pen there as well. Rolls another bounce there. It's still not looking good. We got 2 DPs here. There's a PTRS model. Does get a bunch of vehicle off, but it has a line of sight blocker issue. Rolls a miss there. Pence T-34-76 has plenty of health. Now not so much health there. Use Blitz there. Blitz only works if he's moving. It does go down there. Large thanks to the Veteran C3.
We have lost one of our armored
His
vehicles.
PTRS should be able to take out that Panzer IV. Gets main gun destroyed there. And now Panther's on the build queue. There's no way he gets this thing out alive. There's no way he gets that thing out alive. I see no landmines in the retreat path. There's no way he gets that thing out alive, right? This VP has been captured, and now has been decaptured.
At risk.
He lost all of his Ostruben. There's no way he gets this thing out alive. We have a fresh Panther on the field. Another Pioneer squad being deployed. There's a drop PTRS here, which can give... no, not going for a Pioneer. Going for a Panzer Grenadier. I really don't know what's better. Maybe... Honestly, maybe the Artillery Officer.
Standing by.
The Artillery Officer is 5 members, rather than 4 members. Should have a lot more health to absorb shots from the ISU-152. Additionally, its coordinations tactics should be able to give the Panther and the Panzer IV some extra rate of fire buffs. It reduces either the reload or cooldown. I think it's a reload for vehicles and the cooldown for infantry. This gun still finds the rear armor of the Panther. Mark target has been put out. Armor piercing rounds have been loaded. Good hits there. Armor piercing round fires. Great hit there. And now the T-34-76 could try pursuing. Does not pursue. And those Pioneers are going to have a lot of work in front of them. Panzer IV is still not even fully repaired just yet. And thanks to the marked target and the Pinto mount as well, that's going to be continuously spotting. The Panzer IV still has its main gun destroyed, so it cannot protect him. In fact, if the T-34-76 fighter shot right then and there, he could have wiped out most of those squads. He's going to have to rely on the arm of the Panther. It so far is panning out for him. The Panzer IV should have been pushed forward to absorb shots. Right now, he has to solely rely on the arm of the Panther. Pioneers getting ripped apart by the Pintos and hull mount. Or not Pinto, but the coaxial and the hull mount. Did manage to survive a hit there thanks to repairs, so he managed to keep the Panther alive. No, keep it back. Don't go forward. Repair the Panzer IV first, then the Panther. The Panzer IV is almost repaired up. Tellermine here could have been tripped by the T-34-76, but it decides to retreat back along the road. ISU-152 is showing its rear armor. He should, for those who are still watching, repair the wounded tank, the higher health tank first, rather than the more wounded one, because this can get into combat almost immediately, while this, the Panther is going to be out of combat for quite some time. I wonder if he forgot about the fact that there's a artillery officer available. Oh look, a Panther to run. There is actually working animations for the Panther to roam. It doesn't have any sound effects, but you can make do with some other sound effects. But there is working... the animations of the Panther to roam is fully working. Of the gun, the knockback, as well as the wreckage. I don't think there's a Pinto... I don't think there's any marker for the Pinto, however. Not Pinto, coaxial. Oops, and I hit the ×2 button. My bad. And that's the wrong button. There we go. There's the right button. But it's there onto the Austrian squad. Panzer IV starts making their way forward. We got the T-34-76 Advance getting a good hit there on the Panzer IV. Panther and Panzer IV trying to engage. T-34 is almost down. Panzer IV could use a blitz to avoid some fire. And great, I got another span botter. Remind to delete that. We do have the ISU-52 push away forward as well. Good hits there on the AT guns. Panther does have a marked target onto it. Armor piercing rounds are loaded up in the ISU-52. They start angling more of a sideways round to get some shots off. Bounce there as well. Looks like the Panzer IV has gone down right there. And the good hits there on the Panther. Panther has and does get his main gun destroyed there. Lars thanks to the button there. And a triple capture, and that should be end of the replay.
Enemy forces are attempting to capture our territory.
ISU-52 severely wounded, but this game is likely going in favor of the Soviets player. He could threaten this VP there with the Pioneers, but I don't think it's going to stay around for much longer. Good mortar hit there. Another good hit there as well. And that's the end of the replay. This is Anagreat saying thank you for watching, and on to the next replay. And remind me to refresh that, and got rid of the spam bot. Sorry about that. I need to use the restroom once more. Doing a bit too much fluids right now. And I'm back. There we go. Let's see. Not sure which one I should go for at the moment. Let's go for the US player. Haven't called very US just yet. Here we go. Let's get started. Greetings everyone, Anagreat here for another Company Heroes 2 replay. Spawn on the top right side as the blue USF. We have 101st Airborne, who's actually playing as USF. Wait, Airborne. Did anybody spell airborne? Airborne. Airborne. Ah, I can't even read today. On the south side as the red Wehrmacht Austria player Jay Zuna, who's going to be gone for the, of course, the infantry company, but there's no MG42 and going for straight for grenadiers. We've got immediate doctoral lock-in of the rifle company as well, 2 riflemen.
The new grenadier squad is ready.
He also can also deploy out some various other assets, such as the M3 half-track, flamers, flares. Riflemen can deploy out assets of their own, that sort of thing. So he does have 4 out of 5 doctrinal abilities technically available to go, but they do, of course, have their limitations when you can actually deploy them out. Intersection are captured the fuel point now. We've got the Grenadiers captured that point.
All right, you dopes, listen up.
And the Rifleman squad going down south.
That's it. Points out.
Pioneers are trying to capture this fuel point right here.
This lousy patch of dirt is ours. 300 yards. Gather round.
And this Rifleman squad can go ahead and capture up some more points up north. Looks like hadn't done any Q capture orders. As the Grenadiers are capturing the southern flank and now having them work together will provide them quite a bit of firepower. The US player, is he just AFK? Or maybe not anymore? Grenadiers are pushing the way forward. Riflemen engaged at close range, but the 2 Grenadier squad should be able to win out no problem. While Riflemen prefer that close range, they do get ripped apart at close range as well. We do got this Rifleman squad. Probably won't get wiped out there. Yep, was not exactly pursuing him. Does get the VP there. Grenadiers are behind some heavy cover there as well. And Riflemen do pull out some sandbags.
We're losing a capture point.
Lousy patch of dirt is ours. Listen up. Here's the deal.
You got a rifle squad waiting for orders.
Gather round. I smell
Fresh
orders.
Rifleman squads, and now it's 3 Rifleman squads versus 3 Grenadiers. He is deploying out a lieutenant at the moment. And Rifleman's avoiding that VP and going straight for the fuel point.
Reinforcements in. I got orders, boys. Welcome to the death.
Echelon making their way forward, trying to capture the VP themselves. Riflemen behind some light cover, but they should be able to deal with the Pioneers no problem. Pioneers do not hold a candle to many infantry units.
Bastard over here.
Grenadiers do fall back, get back to some light cover right there. And apparently that fence line is actually walk throughable. You don't vault it. You just phase right through it.
Enemy forces are securing
Rifleman squad is
our
getting hit by the
territory.
Grenadiers. Pioneers are absorbing a lot of shots, and the Riflemen are really missing the Pioneer squad for some odd reason. They allow the Grenadiers to get a whole lot of free damage there. Pioneers are still absorbing more shots right there, even though the bigger threat is the Grenadier.
We have been assigned fresh Panzer Grenadiers.
And the Pioneer squad does fall back. This Rifleman squad has captured the VP down south. And now we do got the Lieutenant and a 50 cal in the build queue.
Over here.
Got a squad of Panzer Grenadiers to deploy on the field, which they can be upgraded Panther Strikes in case he sees out a Stuart.
The enemy is taking our territory.
You can also deploy out a M20 utility car as well.
Our supply line just got cut off.
90-day wonders. Fall it.
Heavy machine gun team ready for orders.
50 cal deployed out on the field.
Covering the approach. All right. Follow me.
And the Grenadier squad will back away from the Rifleman squad. We've got the Lieutenant advancing as well. Panzer Grenadiers, however, can engage at close range. Lieutenant is firing Thompson at close range against the Panzer Grenadiers, but they do fall back early. Re-echelon squad pushes his way forward as well, and perhaps get a flamer on the field as well to help support in these engagements a little bit better. Mortars running on in. We don't have an ambulance yet for the US player, and the US player has not gotten for the unlocked mechanized platoon command post.
The enemy is overrunning one of our capture points.
Grenadier squad receiving quite a bit of fire there, does get forced on back. 50 cal starts to make his way forward. Does find some shots there. And now we do have a doctrine lock-in of the Jaeger infantry doctrine, which of course allows him access to a lot of different resources: camouflage, G43s, the Jaeger command squad, light artillery, and the super close air support. 52 now deployed out on the field. We may see a G43 upgrade on the Panzer Grenadiers. Getting at least for ambush camouflage can be quite helpful because they're excellent already for ambushing, just needs some camouflage to go along with it.
Germany now holds the victory point.
52 start to make its way forward. And the lieutenant won't be able to fight much versus the 52. Does get his bazooka up, but will take a bit more than that, saying a bit too much fire and rolls a miss while at it. Grenadiers, Panzer Grenadiers pushing their way forward, trying to capture up multiple points. Panzer Grenadiers going straight for the VP. Up north, we've got the riflemen deploying on some sandbags, and the rear echelon sort of skirting around, going for the fuel point. Pioneers pushing their way forward, getting some good damage there onto the rear echelon. The rear echelon squad does fall back. Riflemen going to eye for the VP over here, as the dude starts to make his advance, trying to hunt down perhaps the rear echelon. No, they did not. Good hit there onto the Panzer Grenadiers. Does force them back. Grenadiers are pushing their way forward. And the Rifleman squad does fall back as well.
We are losing a sector.
Grenadier squad is behind some heavy cover there, but Stuart in the region that will cause a bit of trouble. He is focused behind this Rifleman squad there, but was unable to stick around for all too long. There's a med bunker at home. There is an ambulance on the build queue now, but not deployed out just yet. 52 will have a bit of trouble versus the Stuart. We got the 50 cal deployed out as well, which it can also engage the 52 no problem. Up north, we've got the Grenadiers trying to flank around, trying to get some hits there onto the M5 Stuart. Got some good hits there onto that rear echelon as well. Grenadiers will receive some hits there.
The enemy is attempting to steal our sector. Our opponents are seizing a sector. A pack gun is ready for orders.
Yeah, now Pack 44 on the field that should be effective versus that Stuart. Grenadiers, Panzer Grenadiers, two squads of Panzer Grenadiers now deployed on the field. No Pantrix on either of them just yet. Nor any G43s either. There are 5 infantry squads at the moment. 2 Panzer Grenadiers and 3 Grenadiers. That's a lot of infantry squads. Grenadiers are receiving a bit of fire as well. Panzer Grenadiers advancing, but no Pantrix squad. It may be a relatively big bluff right there. He's probably thinking, oh no, there may be Pantrix fire to come out from that squad. But he would be wrong to think that. 50 cal does fire first there on the Pioneers, and now the Panzer Grenadiers do manage to overrun that M42, forcing it back. So it's not getting any good hits there onto that Panzer Grenadier squad, as we got the rear echelon now engaging the Grenadiers right here. Pack 40 does find a hit there onto the Stuart.
Enemy forces are securing our territory. The enemy is attempting to steal our sector.
Over here, we've got the lieutenant trying to capture the fuel point now. The two won't be able to deal with him, or not as too well. It'll probably equal trade with the bazooka out. Grenadiers are being engaged by the lieutenant now, or the lieutenant's being engaged by the Grenadiers. They do fall back to that heavy cover there after decapturing the point, which will stall them out. The lieutenant himself is still up firing away with his Thompson. Now 52 starts pushing way forward, trying to get some hits there onto that lieutenant. Rifleman squad starts advancing as well. Does get some good hits there. Panzer Grenadiers going to try to get their wipe. There's a lot of Panzer Grenadiers here. That's going to be a dead lieutenant.
Our opponents are seizing a sector.
Yep, lieutenant does go down, drops a bazooka. Picking up the Pioneers wouldn't be half bad. And it looks like their rifle. I heard something as well. It looks like he's lost a Rifleman squad as well. Oof, too many squad losses for the US player. Going for another Rifleman squad. Does get a bazooka hit there on the Stuart as well. 50 cal turn resetting up. Does not find any burst fire on the 222.
Enemy forces are securing our
And a
territory.
good hit there onto the Pioneer squad as well. The Pioneer squad will need to fully fall back. Oh, it's so wounded. Stuart is posing a relatively big threat to it.
The territory is out of contact. We are losing a sector.
Packboy does find a good hit there on the Stuart, and got hold fire state now being deployed on the Stuart. He does deploy his fresh Rifleman squad, immediately upgrades it with picks up a bar, then maybe two. Just appears to be just the one.
Machine
How many bars across the line?
Orders.
Just one of the squad as well, so maybe only picked up one bar in each of the squads. Yep, one bar in each of the squads.
The enemy is taking our territory.
Pack-4 does connect on the sandbags, destroying them. And the Rifleman squad does fall back now. Rifleman squad does escape out with 4 models. This VP has been captured up as well. Stewart's pushing way forward, does find a hit there onto the Grenadiers. Over here, we've got the 2-2 and Grenadiers advancing towards the center of the map. And 50 cal does get forced back. That was a fresh 50 cal. This is the current existing 50 cal. Almost efficiency 1, just need a little bit more damage. And we do now have a squad of G43 Panzer Grenadiers. They start making their way forward. Rifleman squad does get forced on back. Does stop the decap or the full capture there. Could have stuck around a little bit longer. Though there's some Panzer Grenadiers on the tree path. Trying to go for a plunder grenade there. Wasn't that successful at throwing one. Our cannon fire does deflect off the Stuart there. And now 50 cal will potentially find a suppression there as well. Looks like the rear echelons have been upgraded with the bazookas as well as the Minesweeper. Does force back the Panzer Grenadier squad.
We have 300 points remaining. Our opponents are seizing a sector.
And the rear echelon will find this Grenadiers inside this building. There is actually 3 windows on that side, so that is actually a decent angle to gauge from. Barring the fact that there is a mortar hitting him. The US player has gone for a light 81mm mortar.
Enemy is taking our territory.
Good hits there. Panzer Grenadiers start making their way forward. And some good hits there onto the rear echelon squad. We've got the 50 cal suppressing them as well. Received a good hit there. And also the Riflemen do lose a model right there. Stuart Stark pushes his way forward. May finds some hits there onto the 2-2. Does have to worry about a Panzerfaust, and now we've got a Panzer IV deployed out on the field by the Wehrmacht player. US player has some major being deployed out now, and he does have enough fuel for a Sherman tank. So maybe a good idea to sail the Sherman EZ-8. Finds a good hit there. Bazooka's fire rolls one pen there. The other one did bounce. Or missed, one of the two. Stuart now starts dancing around, not very good. Maybe use a stun shot, blind shot there. I have no idea what the Stuart's doing. Does use a blind shot there as well. And now got some good blind shots there. Does lose some models there. Now only one bazooka's up and running since the other one has the minesweeper. Does fall back. It does fall back with the Grenadiers right there. Mortars already on it, avoiding missing the MG42. And now the Panzer IV trying to get some hits there onto the 50 cal. 50 cal does get suppressed there. We'll need to fall back relatively soon. The 50 cal does suppress the Grenadiers there. Seeing quite a bit of fire right there.
The fresh mortar crew has arrived.
And now we do have a Grenade Warper deployed on the field. So both players going for a bit of a late mortar. Now we do have the EZ-8 on the field cube. One grenade was thrown, does largely avoid it. Panzer IV still receiving some repairs, but should be able to stay in 3 shots from the EZ-8 right now. Mortar, however, finding a good hit there on the Panzer Grenadiers, forcing them back.
Light artillery awaits your orders.
Smoke rounds do connect. Panzer IV is advancing.
Redouble your efforts. We are down to 200 points.
Those bazookas are getting some good hits there. You got the major now armed bazookas as well. More high explosive mortars raining on in. And the smoke starting to clean up around that MG42, not MG42, 50 cal. Good hit there by the Grenade Warper. And the MG42 almost with a squad wipe. EZ-8's advancing. Does get the spotter upgrade as well. Act 40 finds hit there on the EZ-8. Yes, you guys took it. Grenade Warper, nor, 81mm mortar does roll a miss there. Now North the Panzer IV does force back this rifle squad. Doesn't get a squad wipe there, probably won't get one. Does find the 50 cal there, and the EZ-8's coming forward to respond, finds a pen there as well. Bazookas do not fire just yet. Does find a pen there. Bazookas rolls a pair of bounces, however. EZ-8 almost have. How on earth did he get the extra kills? He just got spawned out and now it has Veterancy 2 already? That seems unusually fast. I must have missed something. He didn't crush any infantry squads, so I'm not sure how he got his Veterancy so quickly. There's a drop bazooka here. Mortar does fall back. Stuart is trying to protect it. It does get the crew there. Ooh, there goes that Grenadier.
Panzer Grenadiers standing by.
And now we do have a squad of Jaeger Command, the Jaeger Command squad now in the field. Pioneers to pick up the bazooka. Is it the one that already picked up the bazooka earlier? Yes, it's now a double bazooka Pioneer. You don't see that every day. Or every other day. You have light artillery barrage available that could be useful versus, say, an AT gun or a 50 cal. But there's no AT gun. Good hits there with the mortars there. Looks like got a lot of good hits there from this mortar. Now we do got the Rifleman squads charging forward. Should be able to overrun this Grenadier squad, no problem. And now with the super close air support available, that should be a lot of good damage. But I think, yeah, it's just a single strafe, not actually a full loiter. Back 40 finds a good hit there onto the Easy 8. We do also got a Stuart here. Wait. Or, not Stuart, M8. I think I realized how he got his Special Siege so high on that Easy 8. It was actually from the Stuart. He swapped crews. That's what happened. That is actually genius. I sometimes forget that myself, but that is actually great he did that. And this Stuart needs to be recruited. He has lost his Granada Warper right there to the US mortar, and the Pioneer squad does get pinned. Needs a lot of repairs on these forces. Swapping out the crews, getting veterans and new ones. That's something I haven't seen in a long time. I think about it sometimes, doing it myself. But the last time I probably did it religiously is when Mechanized Doctrine had the withdrawal refit. Two starts pushing his way forward. We do got the Panzer IV receiving some repairs from the Pioneers. Stuart has been fully repaired. The Scott has been repaired on up, and we also got the Easy 8 fully repaired as well. He has activated the stated, or not, that's resumed stated operations. I forget what it actually is called. The Focus Gunnery. But it's there. Focus Gunnery, I believe it increases what? Range and penetration to cause speed and mobility, so it becomes a bit more of a sniper. Rifleman squad does fall back, and now the Pack 40 does find a hit as well. Circle squad is falling on back, and now we've got the White Phosphorus barrage raining on in. Does hit the M42, it does not find the Pack 40. Stuart will manage to avoid the Pack 40 as well. As he starts skirmishing around, he may find a Panzerfaust from the Grenadiers. Does get the Panzerfaust off, but I don't think it's going to get killed off anytime soon. Actually, no, we've got the Panzer IV now blitzing him forward. He's going for it. He does have fire to fire as well. Does spot the Stuart there, and there goes the Stuart. Grenadiers receive a hit there, but a small splash does force him back. However, we pretty stacked up. You want to avoid those Greyhound shots, not Greyhound, Scott shots. Both of them are M8. This one's M8, the other one's M8A1. Major does receive a hit there. 2-2 and Pioneers push their way up north. The Panzer IV still has plenty of health, full health, and be more precise. And now we've got another Scott on the field going for more infantry support. Cal set up right here and here, getting some good coverage. Mizzou does fire some shots on the Rifleman squad.
We are losing a sector.
Panzer IV could push forward to get some more shots off, but probably it's a good idea to avoid that. The Rifleman can deploy out landmines, so you never know if there's a Rifleman landmine somewhere. They're usually in the ground. 81mm mortar does roll a miss there. We've got the bazookas advanced forward. The 50 cal does get ripped apart. Now we've got the ECA getting a shot off, and now these guys are getting hit as well. And so they both drop the model, they can't recapture the 50 cal. Without getting the entire squad wiped out, I should say. Pack 40 does find a hit there, getting 3 levels of effectiveness. And it's going to take time to destroy the 50 cal with the captured bazookas. Very nice. I probably would have captured it, but he is pretty high in population, so he may want to see if it's population room to perhaps get another Panzer IV or something heavy. Doesn't have the final battle or final structure. It does have the final battle phase.
100 points remaining.
Finds a pen there onto the Panzer IV. The Easy-8's a bit wounded as well. And that mortar finds a good hit there as well. That rifleman squad does fall back. It's still being prone, being wiped by the MG42. And didn't even get one of the models. Mortar smoke raining on him. And Boulder Grenade does get thrown, doesn't get avoided. Good is there on the Panzer Grenadiers. He does force back the the MG42, not MG42, 50 cal. Scott, not getting any good hits there at the moment. Either it seems that Scots are really, really deadly, or they're completely worthless. There's no real mid-ground thing. Grenadier squad does fall back. And so does the mortar. Comparing both these vehicles, he did actually cancel the second Scott and went for a second Easy-8. You perhaps could do a swap out trick as well for the Scott's crew for the Easy-8's crew.
Enemy
Bit more
forces are
efficiency.
securing our territory.
MG42 gets suppressed right there as the 2 starts to make its advance. Two bazooka squads here. And now we've got a Panther deployed out by Red. But against 2 Easy-8s, that's going to be a good option. Something a bit more heavy and mobile to pursue these Easy-8s. Defense Force can support just well as the infantry. Grenadier squad does get forced back by the Rifleman squad. And over here, the Easy-8 is advancing. Those will miss there on the Panzer Grenadier as they use the sprint ability. Nope, that's not the sprint ability, that's the combined arms ability. 52 on Jaeger Command squad are advancing. Finds sporadic fire there as a Grenade Warfare finds a good hit there on that squad. Does get inside this garrison, has plenty of health, and finds a good hit there with the Easy-8, getting up to 3 levels of efficiency. Does not fire a shot off there. I probably would have stuck around a little bit longer to get the shot off. Grenade Warfare finding a good hit there on the garrison, severely wounding it. Needs to fall back, does fall back. Now we've got the Panzer IV and the PaK-40 with the Pioneers. A lot of AT. There's some AT infantry. And the Scott does find a good hit there onto the MG42, fully, not only wiping it, but fully destroying the gun itself. Bazooka Pioneer squad advancing. Does get suppressed there by the 50 cal. Good bundle grenade there. Going force back to the Major as PaK-40 does receive some hits there. Even the Venture C3 ally on the PaK-40 is quite important. Just going versus the Easy-8. Could potentially set on up, does not set on up there as Panzer Grenadiers use combined arms to sprint on forward. We got a captain here like the little AT gun. Scott bringing a shot in, getting a good hit there on the Panzer Grenadiers. Over here, just the Panther and the Easy-8 engaging on each other. These veterans who want to get out to get the focus gunnery. And does block his own Panther there with his 2-2. It's all his fault.
We are down to 75 points.
Ooh, the Axis players have those 74 tickets, and that amount is ever so freaking. Panther does not have fire on. And he does have enough for a single strafing round as well as the light artillery barrage. Credit there by the Easy-8. Ooh, Rifleman squad got wiped out right there. And the Grenadiers do get some good hits there. Rifleman squad gets wiped out as well. Grenade Warfare getting a deadly hit. And now here comes the light artillery barrage. Cal will get wiped as well. Panther is quite wounded, may need to fall back over shortly. Rifleman squad is the only Rifleman squad remaining, trying to push his way forward. And now we've got some more white phosphorus being brought on in. A very spicy smoke. Panzer Grenadiers do get splashed a little bit. They probably should just fall back. In general, they're quite wounded. Though they do have the what's it called? The was that one that can get healing health regen, right? No, that was something different. Yeah, they just need to fall back entirely.
Light artillery barrage at your command.
Pioneers need Veteran C1 or use the field first aid. And gain some much needed repairs over here.
Ready for orders.
A little bit quiet at the moment. Both sides are just content on repairing up their vehicles, not pushing forward with infantry. This Panzer Grenadier squad needs to stay back home, get some blood transfusions, patch up those burns, and probably set that bone in so it doesn't get we're going the wrong way.
We are losing a sector.
Captain pushes his way forward, trying to go to the VP. It is a triple capture in favor of the Wehrmacht player. We got the Rifleman squad going for anti-tank rifle grenade. That is quite wounded, but won't be enough to take out the engine, or destroy it, I should say. More than plenty to take out the engine. Panzer Grenadiers charging forward, thanks to combining arms with nearby 2-2.
Our territory.
Oh, if there's two squads in front of it, may have a bit of trouble there. Ooh, Panzer IV received a bit of a shooting gallery. Two Easy-8s probably can do that with the bazookas of the Major. Looks like Photo Grenade was thrown. Largely not exactly great. Panthers advance forward as well. Receives a high explosive round from a Sherman 76. Not 76, 75. The Easy-8s are 76s. Pat is pushing way forward as well, but there's just too many guys in front of them, but they're not exactly great angle. This Easy-8 will need to fall back. Needs to hit one head there. Does get Veteran C1, but almost goes down. And no smoke rounds, and there goes that Easy-8 to the Pack 40. Panther does puts away, receiving a bit too much fire from various sources. Does decrew that 50 cal there as the Jaeger Command squad is pushing way forward. We'll find the Scott and the Easy-8s, of course. Jaeger Command Squad will escape on out of there, but barely. Pack 40 shots hitting the 50 cal.
Ready. This is not German.
And now the VP is captured.
Not let up.
Grenadier squad does fall back, quite wounded and down to 2 members. Probably a good idea. Lance Grenadiers receive some fire there from the Easy-8s. And roll some misses there. Mortars at Veteran C2. It was decrewed in the game, so it had its Veteran C reset at one point in time. But it has made good progress getting that Veteran C back. Granada Warfare is at Veteran C2 as well, going for a high explosive barrage, perhaps onto the VP. Rifleman trying to pull out some sandbags. If one of those mortars hit, nope, looks like it doesn't build in time. If you would have got hit while building the sandbags, it could have been a deadly hit. Pack 40 does roll a hit there onto the Sherman. And Panther does receive a good hit there as well. Rolls a bounce there, rolls a miss there. Has 4 finds a direct hit there on the mortar, almost destroying the gun itself. Of course, it can still fire, but next time it would be decrewed. It could have been, would have been destroyed outright. But it's there on the Panzer Grenadiers. Panzer Grenadiers will need to fall back. Yep, they definitely need to fall back. They do fall back now. Easy-8 does fall back, including got a fresh M1 AT gun. Ready to engage the Panzer IV and Panther, and now we've got the strafing run coming on forward. Takes out the Scott. Sorry, I missed the Scott going down.
The situation is becoming critical. We have only 50 points remaining.
The Wehrmacht players down with below 50 tickets. It's not exactly good. Got some smoke rounds onto the 50 cal. Very nice. Back at these forces pushing way forward as well. And looks like the Panzer IV does go down to the Sherman 75 millimeter. Bazookas do connect. So does the Panzerfaust and the Pak 40. These forces do fall back as well through the white phosphorus. Panzer Grenadiers and the Jaeger Command Squad to capture some points. Try and go for the Southern VP now as well. Jaeger Command Squad should be able to win out this fight. Yep, does fall back. And the 50 cal is still in the region, suppressing now the Panzer Grenadier, but the point is captured. And does force back the 50 cal. Does not take time to run it down, try to get it decrewed. 2-2 could protect this flank as well. And we've got an MG bunker
Has been approved with an
freshly upgraded.
MG42. Sturmpanzer 4 is reporting for duty.
Ooh, Brumbar. I do like seeing the Brumbar. One of my favorite units in the game. Jaeger Command Squad will capture this point. And you actually got camouflage in this squad of Panzer Grenadiers. Not this one, nor this Grenadier. So there could be some great potential ambushes here with the Jaeger Command Squad of its natural camouflage.
You need something? Scout car awaiting orders.
And of course, he had not prioritized fire on, so they shot the Sherman tank. Good hit there as well. This falls back, gets beyond the hay bale to camouflage himself.
Our machine gun turret has been installed.
50 cal does receive quite a bit of fire there. We do have the G43 squad, Panzer Grenadier squad advance as well. The 2 will likely go down. Brumbar does spot the Easy 8. Pak 40 finds a miss there. Is the Metro C3, Pak 40. And got a bundle grenade right there, hitting the captain squad. That's Pak 43. Panzer Grenadiers do fall back there. And now the Panther is advancing, fully repaired as well, and Metro C2. Going trying to force fire destruction of that 50 cal there. Does destroy the 50 cal now. Panzer Grenadiers are ready to power throw out their next bundle grenade there. They need to fall back now. He seems to receive a bit of sporadic fire. And now got the Rifleman squad advancing. He's fixed there on the Panther.
Enemy is attempting to steal our sector.
And we may see some bazookas hitting that Panther. Yep, bazookas do connect, 2 of them do pen.
Enemy forces are securing our territory.
Great hit there as well. Brumbar is going to be forced on back, severely wounded. Easy 8 is going to return to student. This one does not have C1. And 118 gun does roll and bounce there as well.
Enemy is taking our territory.
Good hits there onto the Pak 40. Got the Grenadiers and Panzer Grenadiers mission way forward as well. We got some smoke being brought on in. And rifle grenade is fired. Onto the... Okay, he must have thought that he was repairing the crew, had the repair crews out and trying to get the repair crew, because that seemed like a really strange shot to me. And smoke like it obscured his vision. If you would have got the repair crew there, that would have been great. Of course, it was a gamble. And they were fully repaired. Brumbar being repaired up now. Quite a bit of fuel stored up for the Wehrmacht player, but not a lot of manpower nor population space. So he's actually a pop cap. He may be able to pull out a Pioneer. 5 population room. You get out another Pioneer, buddy. ECA does receive a nice pen there. Sandbags are getting ripped apart by the big cannons. And good hits there onto the EZ8s. As Grenadiers throw a bundle grenade there, and the garrison does avoid the garrison. The garrison itself almost go down. Panther needs to retarget that garrison. One well-placed shot, and the garrison's down. Broombar fires, and the garrison gets fully destroyed with the captain within it. As Grenadiers are seeing some sporadic fire. Thanks to Edka, they absorb, block a lot of shots there. Pack 40 sitting on up. That's a fresh Pack 40. M118 gun getting overran by these infantry forces, and the Pioneers do drop a bazooka, they claim. And M118 gun does go down there as well. PC agency provided with fire. Bazooka's trying to defend this region, but none of the prior to fight towards the Panther. PCA's about ready to go down as well. AT gun does get destroyed there. Not really sticking around. I think he may have backed out of the game at this point in time. Yep, PCA does go down.
We have reduced our foes to 100 points.
Maybe casting GG or something? Right now he's absolutely doing nothing. Fast forward a little bit, because I think that's the end of the game. Did he force a sinker? Either way, this is Anagrade saying thank you for watching, and on next replay. So I'm getting a little bit tired right now. I haven't been getting a lot of sleep lately, so I'm probably going to end the stream. Everyone, thank you for watching, and